start this thing. So I got my USACC group build 2024/2025 Revell 1968 Dodge Dart Hemi 2-in-1. I got my build list. I'm putting the 426 dual overhead cam engine in it. As you can see, I wrote everything down. I'm unsure what I'm going to do with the primer, the paint, the clear, and the decals yet, but just in the beginning stages here. First thing, I unboxed it, I inspect the parts, review instructions, identify and remove mold lines, take measurements, formulate a plan and execute, put decals into the folder. So, you know the kit. Here we go. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Mark, I'm a mediocre modeler, and I want to thank everybody who responded on that last video and you know, showing the support for Dan the Man. I'm going to leave a link in the description for his channel, so if you were subbed to him before, please go back and give him another sub. I'm sure he'd really appreciate it. And I'm glad that I didn't upset anybody. Pappy, you know, I'm glad I didn't say anything or do anything to offend you. It's on me, my bad. But you did inspire me to look into doing the polar plunge, and that's something that goes on every year in February. I don't know if it's the same day. This year it's February 9th. So I looked into it, and I missed the, I didn't miss the date, but I'd have to raise $400 before they allow me to do that. So I'm going to shoot for next year. So what I decided to do is I'm still going to do the plunge, maybe the day after or the day of. But I'm gonna film everybody running into the water, and what that charity does is supports the New Hampshire Special Olympics. So thank you, Pappy, for inspiring me to get involved with that. And you know, every year they put it on the TV, and you know, I say to myself, well, I should do that. You know, it's always something that I wanted to do, but I never did it. So Pappy, you inspired me to sign up, and I'm going to do this. Alright? So that's cool. Thank you very much. And I want to do a shout out again for Grumpy Greg at GrumpyGregsModelsandToys. Great guy. I mean, good friend of mine. You know, we met through YouTube, this wonderful community, and we hit it off, and like I say, great guy, you know. And he asked me, hey Mark, he goes, could you use some kits, sprint car kits, and you could rebuild your buddy's sprint car with it, because you know I dropped my sprint car when I was delivering it to my buddy. Just demolished it. So I said, yeah, that'd be cool. So he went ahead and sent me 3 bagged kits of sprint cars. What a nice thing to do. Thank you very much, Greg. I really, really appreciate it, you know. You're a good guy and a good friend, man. I appreciate that. And I'll definitely tag you in the video when I rebuild that car. But today is going to be the first update on the USACC group build, 1968 Dodge Dart. And you know the story, I hope, coming back from Fenway when that maniac trying to run my brother and I off the road. So I decided to build this Dodge Dart in a fashion that if we had this car, there was no way that guy was going to be able to keep up to us. So I decided to put the 426 Hemi dual overhead cam engine in from the 1970 Dodge Super Bee Pro Street kit. And so right now I decided to tub the Dart too, so I ended up using the Chevell Pro Street kit, and there's the front end. So I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to start here's the rear end for the Dart. So I'm going to start a little container of front ends and rear ends. So pretty cool. Here's the kit, 426. So I got this thing ready to paint. I have the intake on it, but it's not glued. So yeah, there's the 426. Here's the 440. Here's the 426 from the Pro Street kit. And I got the intake, high-rise intake. It's a really nice engine. I have a dilemma though. The valve covers, I put the wrong ones on. I glued this last year, and I should have left it off because now I can't build the dual overhead cam engine. So my dilemma is I had to buy another kit. So it's coming tomorrow. It should be here tomorrow. And you know, I was thinking about what I should do. You know, try to like use a you know, X-Acto blade to try to take off this. But I'm like, you know, why damage this perfectly good engine when I can just get another kit, rebuild the, build the dual overhead cam engine and put it in this Dart, and then I can do the high-rise intake with dual carbs and put it on the Dodge Pro Street. So that's what I'm gonna do. So many options. I love it. Here's the rest of the high-rise intake 426. And because I'm using the Chevell Pro Street, here's the Chevy engine from that Pro Street kit. So all kinds of engine options. I thought about putting these wheels and tires on, but that was before I decided to tub the Dart. So this is the kit tires from the Dart. Here's the difference in size to Chevy, the Pro Street kit, Chevell Pro Street. But look at these. This is from the sprint car kit that Greg just sent me. Look at the size difference of these tires. This is the Chevell Pro Street kit, and this is the sprint car. So awesome. I could put that. They fit under there too, under the tub. So let me get you a little closer so I can show you more of the tub. Let me go ahead and stop this thing. This is, like I said, just all marked up right now. I'm a little bit behind on the 8-ball here. It's, what is it? I think it's the third or fourth. I forget. I lose track of time. Yeah. This is going to look cool. I'm going to try to get some aftermarket mesh to go in here. That'll look nice. See, underneath of the this side is the Chevell Pro Street kit, and this side is the Dart kit. So came out pretty good. I'm gonna have a video on how I did that at the end of this. So if you care to find out how I did this, stay tuned to the end. This is mocked up. I like this suspension. It goes on, looks really good, and it's all one piece. And I got to put the shocks on and stuff, but it goes together really well. This is a nice kit. I'm glad Kim picked this kit. So it's pretty flat. I like the way it turned out. So this is the sprint car tires. Look at this. That's awesome. But I won't use these on this build. I'm going to use the Chevell Pro Street tires. And that's going to be super cool. So where I'm at with the body is I sanded off all the markers. I scribed the door lines, and I'm going to probably redo that because I'm going to hit this body with sandpaper from like 500 or no, 400 grit all the way up to 12,000. I've never done that on any one of my builds, so I'm going to try it on this one. There was some injection marks over here. There's still some right over here. You can see them, but I think I'm going to use the little foam. I forgot what they call it. I just bought some. But I'm going to do a headliner out of foam, and I watched DanD. I'll leave a link on his channel too. But that guy's a super cool builder, and there's so many people out there that are great builders and are very generous in revealing their, trade secrets, if you will. I learn by watching people that I'm subscribed to. So anyways, I have a bunch of aftermarket parts that I'm probably going to go with, some pedals, some battery cables, some windshield washer lines, aftermarket distributors, some rotors, but time permitting, we'll see where I can take this thing. I got some paint. It should be here today. I'm really excited to get this thing going, and I procrastinated long enough, so I need to concentrate on this build and JayTee's 50s and 60s on Steely's group build. So guys and girls, thanks for joining me. Oh, one other thing. I'm going to be doing pinstriping on the body right here with 1 millimeter half round styrene. I learned that from Frank over at FranksModelWorks. So I'm going to leave a link in the description to everybody's channel that I mentioned, and go over there, check them out. You'll learn a lot. And here's the Chevell body. This is going to be my practice body. I want to do some flames, like Manny's doing a tutorial. He's up to number 4 on the flames tutorial. So I got 2 Chevell bodies to practice on. That'll be cool. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Peace out. Have a great week, and keep on modeling. So the 1967 Chevell Pro Street chassis. That's this right here. So I'm going to use my saw and cut it right on the other side of this panel. So be right back. Cut it right along this line right here. I have a little C-clamp holding it down in place, so hopefully it don't move too much. I'm just going to take my time. All kinds of ways to do this. I know of at least 2 more different ways. People are doing this. Pat at Card Scale Dreams is doing it one way. Fred Henry is doing it a different way. But I got this idea from him, actually, not in person, but by watching his videos and how he likes to use the Chevell Pro Street chassis to tub out another vehicle. So very cool. This is my first attempt at back halving. I've used the whole chassis on my Street Machine group build for Jason at Blue Ox Model Shop. I think I'm pretty much through here. Well, not really. That's all right. I'll keep going. Eventually it's going to come. Here we go. Not bad. So now I'm going to clean that up, and we'll be right back. Next step is to cut this right across here. That's from the 68 Dart. So I'm not too worried about right here. I want to go straight across. I can always use a file to get this down to where I want it later, but I just want to make sure I follow this line right here. Right about there. Oh, I forgot to clamp it. Hey, Jed, you forgot to clamp it. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Got it all clamped. Yeah, it makes it a lot easier. I just take my time again. I want to make sure I leave that glue point for the roll bar. There we go. Now I'll clean that up. Okay, so I just made a huge mistake. I did not need to cut the floor pan, but that's okay because you know what? I can fix it. No need to panic, and I'll just have to re-glue this. No big deal. But hey, part of the learning curve, right? So what I needed to do was cut the back of this off. And I make mistakes all the time. And try to learn from them, right? All right. This is what I was supposed to cut. But like I said, no need to panic. It's styrene. You can fix it. My own fault, Wasn't thinking. Won't be my last mistake. I can guarantee that. Anyways. There we go. Okay, so I figured as much. I don't like the way that lines up right here, so I'm gonna cut this piece right off, and I'll try to keep that line right there. Be right back. Be careful. I'll support this so I don't break it. I just want to get any rough edges down. So I got to be careful not to put too much pressure right here, because the integrity is not here on the subframe anymore. So I gotta, without pressure, mate them together. That way they're flush on both ends. So do that. Okay, I'll double check this. I like the way that lines up. I'm happy with that. So now I need to cut this tab off right here and keep this back part, and I can glue it to the back of this. Now I'm set up and I'll be right back. Okay, that worked out well, but I had to do it off camera. So there's part of the spare tire compartment. So I got to sand that off, but yeah, pretty nice. I use my fingers to hold this flush until it cures. That way I make sure it's nice and the frame is parallel. The chassis, excuse me, is parallel to each other. I don't want them cockeyed at all.